Hi, this is Karen and welcome to another It's a Crafty Christmas. This video series we're focusing on one suite at a time of punches, stamps, DSP, all sorts as we lead up to the Christmas period, making as many festive stamps, cards as we possibly can. Okay, at the moment we're focusing on the Cookie Cutter Christmas, which is a bundle of stamps and punch that matches. These are the ones you can buy in a bundle. You can also get Cookie Cutter Halloween, which is perfect for not only Halloween, but for the kids like the 7 and 8 year old boys, girls who have started getting into vampires and mummies and like to have a little bit of adventure. So the Cookie Cutter Halloween doesn't come bundled with the punch. These are the bundle. The add-on is the Cookie Cutter Halloween. Try saying that 5 times fast. Okay, so we will start. We're using Santa out of this today. So I've got my scrap of white Whisper White cardstock. All of the measurements can be found on my blog. We'll be using real red paper or cardstock. We'll be using layering weight Whisper White. I've already punched out a circle using a 2-inch circle punch. If you heard that, that was my messages on my phone. I do apologise. Okay, we're also using the 2 3/8 circle scallop circle punch, and we've punched that out of Early Espresso. You will also need a scrap of silver glimmer paper, as you can see. I don't have a sample. Some of my samples have gone walkabout. I suspect my daughter might have given them out to girlfriends or taken them to school to show them off. Anyway, we don't have them at the moment. You will also need your basic black or Memento black ink pad. I'm just looking for mine because I'm going to be colouring in some of the Santa with Copics. I need a Copic friendly colour. Okay, I found my Memento. Let's get started. So we take our Santa and we're going to stamp him in the Memento to start off with. And hopefully we'll get a nice clean image. Brilliant. Okay, now there's also a funny little, like a scallop circle in the stamp pack as well. I'm assuming that it's the top of Santa, the bobble on the end of Santa's cap. That's what I'm using it for. Oh, and before we put it away, we better put our sayings. Now, I don't know whether you saw last week's saying. We've got the same thing. Wishing you... I haven't got my glasses on. Wishing you a season as sweet and joyful as the friendship we share. The weather is terrible here today, so the lighting in my room, my craft room, is shocking. Okay, so that's all of our stamping out the way, so I'll pop that away. I don't need my real red. Okay, we'll pop that away, and I will bring in my Copic. He's very roughly coloured in. Now where's my punch gone? Ah, there we go. So we'll just punch him out. Like so, and we will just punch his little... There we go. So we'll get rid of all these scraps. I almost threw his little bobble out then too, didn't I? Okay, so we keep those, get rid of those, and we're just going to trim this to about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 centimetre around like so, and I've just realised I've stuffed up again. Bring this back in, and the memento. I'm supposed to flag one end of it, and it's going to look really strange if that end's not flagged. So there we go. Do that bit there, and then bring in my fine tipped nose scissors so that I can make a nice flagged end like so, and then just make sure this is going to fit underneath nicely. Yes, so there we go. Beautiful. That's going to sit under there just to highlight it. Okay, we'll get just a tiny little bit of a dimensional just to pop under the little bobble for his hat, so it gives it a little bit of dimension. Go, and we'll just pop that just at the side there. Oops, move it down just a little bit. So there we go, that's Santa done. Move these out the way. Okay, we're going to put a bit of snail, there we go, on the back of this so that we can pop that there. Just make sure there's no glue sticking out, and we'll pop that on there like so. And then, just to make sure it's not going to move, I'm going to put dimensionals half on the glimmer paper and half on the cardstock, and that will tie those in, and they're not going to go anywhere. So there's our banner done. Okay, I said before that was the end of our stamping, but I lied, it's not. Okay, so we'll just adhere Santa. We'll get this bit done so that we know we've only got a little bit left to do. So pop that on there. Oops, these dimensional backing papers just don't want to leave my nails. Okay, so we pop Santa there like that, and then on the back of our circle like so. Make sure I've got those pressed on tightly, otherwise when I'm trying to peel off the backing paper I actually peel the dimensionals off as well. So there we go, and we'll just pop him onto, there we go, onto the early espresso. Okay, now fold our real red card and give it a good creasing with the bone folder. Just clean off any residual memento. Sorry about the camera shakes. Any residual memento off there. Bring in our real red and our cardstock. And this is very much like a card I did at the beginning of the series, where we just stamp Santa all over the card in a tone on tone fashion, and I'm going to get real red all over my stamp pad. Doesn't really matter about that piece that we've missed in the middle, because our banner's going to cover some of that, so I'll get that out the way. Okay, As you can see, that's where our banner's going to go. So we'll just peel off the backing to the dimensionals and just pop, oops, pop that as close to the edge as we can, like so. And then bringing in some of our Candy Cane Lane baker's twine, we're going to wrap this around the card 3 times, snip off the end and tie a knot, because you really don't want to see me struggle tying a bow with this stuff. Okay, and what we're going to do is slide that over like so. Whoops. So we leave that there, and then 1, 2, 3 dimensionals, make sure they're really well stuck down, and then peel the backing off. And then we're just going to pop Santa there so that he goes off to the side a little bit like so. Now you can either leave that on, because the card is only 4 inches wide or 10 centimetres, you've got a little left over, but I haven't actually, I wonder if I can, no, I can't pull him off anymore, so I'm going to have to trim off the edge like so. And there we go. Oh, I don't know what I've done there. So we'll trim him off like that. There we go. So as I said, depending on where you situate him, you can either trim the end off, or you can leave it like that. And that's our card for this week. Very simple, easy to get done. You could mass produce this without a problem. I would start with the real red cardstock, start in the middle by stamping Santa on the 12 by 12 sheets. And then once you've got all of the sheet covered, I mean, it doesn't matter if he goes on the back as well. Once you've got all of the sheet covered, just cut it up and you're ready to go. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this week's card and that you will join us next week for another It's a Crafty Christmas. And don't forget, on most Fridays around 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time in the morning, I've got a Friday Frenzy that's released. Okay, have a great week.